the teachers who have joined just now, I'm going to play this video once more for you, and the rest you all can write in the chat section what was the impact of this video on you.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down? Who was your toughest opponent? Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves. Round one, college. I dropped out of college not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. I told myself, college isn't for me, and I would never go back. Round 2, marriage. I married my soulmate, the love of my life.
Right, so I played this video twice. Okay, now what I get over here is a lot of mixture of views and opinions, but mostly what I get here is body language and confidence. Pitch. So I got one more, that is voice modulation. Great, wonderful. Okay, what else? Any other thing which you find? Facial expressions comes under body language, yes. Control vulnerability on the stage, yes. So comes from her voice modulation and of course her body postures. So body language we have already said. Okay, the intonation, that again comes under voice modulation. Sakshi, not much. I played a video which you might have missed. Facial expressions, body language. Okay, I mostly get confidence, body language, and voice modulation at the max. Okay. Words supported her action. So word choices, Purushottam, maybe? Yes, very good. So a kind of, you can say the content that she said had a logical explanation behind what she was saying. So you can say that the thought structure of whatever she said. Great, so I got 4. I got body language, I got voice modulation, confidence, and thought structure. Another one more is something that I'm looking for, and then we are done with the 5 pillars of public speaking. Eye contact comes under, yes, confidence and body language as well. Command on her content, that is under thought structure, absolutely. No, I did not get the 5th one. No worries. I will be discussing all the 5 different pillars of public speaking. So our objectives for today, as you can see on your screen, first is to identify and analyze the skills and mindsets which are needed to become a public speaker, because you are going to be public speaking experts and you all are going to assess and evaluate your children or your learners on the basis of public speaking skills, right? Figure of speech, correct pronunciation. Okay, wonderful, SP. Yes, correct pronunciation. I got it. Probably a part of fluency. So great, wonderful. Well done, teachers. You have almost covered all the 5 public speaking pillars. And this is fluency, as you said, body language, confidence, voice modulation, and thought structure as well. Great. Also, we will be trying to describe the 5 pillars of public speaking, and we are going to understand what are the different examples and non-example for body language, confidence, and other skills. So let's continue and let's go back to the video. Remember what the video contained. It was a video which was a very, very good example of, so till the teachers are joining, I would request all of you to fill up this Menti link. Give me a second. So I have pasted a link in your chat section. Let's write it in the Menti poll, Menti link. There is a question. What stood out to you from speaker's action? And you have to write. I will repeat, Munmu. Let's take another 1 minute and complete our Menti link. Menti link asks a question, and the question is, what stood out to you from the speaker's actions? Yes, the speaker in the video. Great. So let's continue. I hope you all have already answered. Now, what are those emerging themes that we are going to talk about? Someone told me to repeat all the skills of all the 5 skills of public speaking. So these are the 5 pillars of public speaking, and why this is important, because all of these 5 pillars we will be using in our classes with the student, right? With the learners. All of you, Pratiksha, if you can do that. I saw some of them have joined late, so I wanted them to write it in the Menti link as well. He was confident and completely focusing on what he is convincing. It was she, Hanel. Yes, absolutely. Great. So the 5 pillars of body language, which we just discussed, is body language first, confidence, voice, thought structure, and number 5 is fluency. Please take a note of all these 5 pillars of public speaking, because these are going to be the most important pillars of public speaking. Okay. Give me a second, teacher. Yes, sorry for the disruption. Yeah, Prakhar, I said I am taking a minute. Okay, so 5 pillars of public speaking. I hope you all have taken down these 5 pillars of public speaking. Now, body language, confidence, voice, thought structure, and fluency. These 5 we will be discussing in details. But first, let me ask you a question. Why do we need to focus on these pillars? Why do you think? Okay, let me make a cold call. Yes, Labuni, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So why do you think we need to focus on these pillars? The pillars like body language, confidence, thought structure, fluency, and
We
voice
need to, yes. So we need to focus on these 5 pillars because so that audience can be captivated
Mhm.
and we can easily influence them and we can express our thoughts and our content very efficiently and effectively to our audience. So
Great.
that's why I think these 5 pillars are important to be
Perfect.
more understandable.
Okay. Yes, Juhi, you would like to say something? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So what I saw the video and I have understood that yes, while we are trying to express ourselves, we use body language so that it is easy for the person who we are speaking to or explaining to, is easy to make them understand. First point. Second point is body language and words when they go simultaneously, they makes things very easy and smooth. Like you don't have to focus like what that person said. Okay, kick. So we are doing like kick. Okay, punch. We are doing like punch. So that is they understand the two-way learning process is working, right?
Mhm.
We are speaking and we are using both our all sense organs are working at simultaneously, so that will help the learning process to be smooth. And third point, which I feel that it also makes the person who is speaking, it makes them having a good experience. Like if they start speaking like this, they don't have to explain again. So it's a one time process most of the time if you use these things together.
Right. So communication to be effective, and of course, a little the reason behind this kind of pillars which we need, body language, confidence, so that we can captivate our audience and we can make the listeners actually listen to what we are speaking. Now, see, we can speak a lot of things. Thank you so much, Juhi, Labuni. We can speak a lot and we can speak anywhere, anytime. But in order to make ourselves heard, what exactly can we do? In order to make sure that when we are speaking, the others are also listening, right? So these are some of the reasons. Yes, absolutely enumerated by Juhi and Labuni as well. So it's important that we need to focus on these public speaking pillars because of one more reason. One more reason is a rule which says 7%, 38%, and 55%. Now, what do you mean by, do you know what this rule is? Let's guess. Yes, Juhi? Okay, unmute, please.
Yeah, sorry, I was speaking on mute. So maybe involvement of the body. There are chances I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing as
Absolutely. All
this
my guesses
percentage.
are valid. Yes? What did you say? Sorry, I missed it.
Involvement of the body and the sense organs. Like right, we say like if we speak and we say, so we listen. We speak from our mouth. We listen from our ears, and it goes to our brain. So three body type involvement is going on if we read loudly, but if we read softly, the ears are not making that combination or that simultaneously work with the with our words. So that is what I think.
Okay. What about Nihar? Yes, you have an opinion about this?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Mhm.
I think this 55% stands for the way how you portray the things. And this 7% stands for the content. And I'm not sure about the 38%. I think it is something linking the content and the body language.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Nihar. Yes, Pooja, what according to you is this 7%, 38%,
Ma'am,
55%?
I think 7% is about the eyes, the eye contact.
Okay,
And this 38% is about the mouth, what we speak and try to convey. The message is clear enough or not. And
okay,
55% is about our hands and rest of the body language, what
okay,
we are actually trying to convey.
okay. So, Pradnya, you have a different opinion about this?
Yeah, so this represents three V's: visual, verbal, and vocal. So visual basically is what we see. So 55% of learning happens when student sees us. So basically 55% contributes to your body language.
Okay,
38% is vocal, which says that the tone of your voice and how are you saying, that matters. So 38% is vocal and 7% is verbal, which means 7% is the contribution of words that you're using.
okay,
So when we say students learn, when we learn a language or when we are learning something, only 7% contributes, only 7% of words are important, but 55% is your body language and 38% is the tone of your voice.
okay, very good. Okay, I have quite a few answers. Now let me get back to my answer. Yes, very nicely explained by Pradnya. So it's all about the learning process and it's all about the communication. Now, in the communication, so this rule was given firstly by Professor Albert Mehrabian, and this rule of communication states that 7% of your public speaking constitutes of your words, whereas 38 and 55%, which is the maximum part, which is the biggest part, is constituted by your voice and your body language. That means your 38% of, as said by one of our members here, yes, Pradnya, 38% of the learning and 55% of learning happens because of your body language. How you present yourself, how your body posture looks like, your hand gestures, your eye contact, your facial expressions, the way you stand, the way you exhibit yourself. So that happens, like that is the 55% of your public speaking. 38% of it is your voice, your vocals, the way you speak it, your tonality, your intonations, your punctuations, where you are taking pauses. Okay, so 38% is a voice. Now you can understand how important and how crucial body language and voice modulation is to public speaking. And just to know more about all of these pillars of public speaking, let's deep dive into each of these 5 pillars. So let's watch another video. I'm going to play another video, and which might be a non-example. Let's see. So the first video that we saw, that was Ramona J. Smith, sorry. And that was a very, very good example of body language, confidence, voice modulation, fluency, etc. Right? Now let's watch this video and let's have a thought that what exactly would be this? Would this be a non-example? Let's see.
The British imposed a lot of unpopular taxes on the American colonists and didn't let them elect representatives to the British government. In retaliation, the Americans started to boycott British goods. In 1773, Americans in Massachusetts dumped a shipload of British tea into Boston Harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party.
Right. So you saw this video just now and you must have thought that, okay, this should not be how a public speaker should be talking, right? So can I call this a non-example? Right? So what do you think? What happened in this video? Very less confident, stammering, not very good with the facial expressions, the distraction. happening, right? Not getting confident enough. So great. Now we are going to have a small activity where I am going to call upon 10 people randomly. Okay, please don't raise your hand. I'll call you randomly. So what we are going to do is, let's take out a note. Okay, 1 second. Yes, he was just reading it without any sign of expression, no enthusiasm, less confidence, less concentration. Great. So let's build our board. So I'm not going to share this link with you. Rather, I would just ask you all to take out your notebooks and let's write down few examples and non-examples of each of these pillars. Okay. How would we do that? We will try to enumerate the examples and non-examples in 4 points and 4 explicit, short and very concise points. What can be some of the examples of body language? For example, I'm just giving you some examples. An open body language, number 1. Number 2, a good eye contact and a good facial expression. So number 3, facial expression. Number 2, eye contact, of course. Using your hand gestures. Number 3. Number 4. Okay, so this is how you're going to enumerate. So I want all of you to take some time out and let's write down some of the examples and non-examples of body language first. Let's take some time for this. So first would be body language, and then we will move on to confidence, then voice modulation, then thought structure, and finally fluency. I hope you saw my screen. You have to just divide your notebooks into 2 halves. Left side, you can write your examples, and right side, you can write your non-examples. Okay. So Vishal, I'm adding you on the screen. Swati, I'm adding you on your screen. Moshumi, I'm adding you on the screen. Rubin, I'm adding you on the screen. Amog, adding you on the screen. Puneet, adding you on the screen. Sibabrata, adding you on the screen. Sorry, I won't be considering those whose videos are not working. So, Millie. Okay, so as of now, we have 8 people on our screen, and then we will have 2 more. Great. So Millie, you were raising your hand, so I would like to unmute you. And anyone else who is ready? Puneet, maybe you? Yes, you can unmute yourself, Millie and Puneet. Yeah, just say hi so that I can just make sure.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, you're okay, fine. Both of you are audible. Great. So Puneet and Millie, both of you are going to enumerate some of the points or some of the examples and non-examples of body language. So Puneet, you will be talking about some of the examples of body language, and Millie, you would be talking about some of the non-examples of body language. Great. So shall we start with you, Puneet?
Yeah, so the few examples of body language would be good posture, talking in a very relaxed way, but also a good posture would be an apt considering how you want to contact with the audience or engaging. The other would be the eye contact. That would also be a part of the body language, that are your eyes very confident?
Mhm.
And then few things would be your hand gestures. Are they really connecting with your thoughts that you are saying? So if are they stammering? Are you like using too much of posture? So I think too much of posture is also bad. It
Yes,
should be
absolutely.
specific. And how you are standing, if you are standing, or how you are sitting. Like suppose we are doing it in online, are we moving too much or are we not moving too much? So it depends on what thoughts you are trying to convey to the audience. That should be mainly connected with your body posture.
Okay.
If it is a very calm or soothing connection that you want to make, then it should be a smiling face or a very calm face that audiences should also feel relaxed, or the students who are learning from you, they should feel relaxed. And at the same time, they should also feel connected to the thought that you want to convey.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, Millie, can we start with you with the non-examples of body language? Millie is not there. I think she got disconnected. Okay, no worries. So we'll continue with the first skill, and that is body language. So yes, some of the examples very nicely enumerated by I think whom did I talk just now? See, I'm so sometimes. Yes, Puneet, yes, sorry. So some of the examples, yes, very correctly said. A good body posture, good. Open arms, an open body language, which is more welcoming towards the audience. And it also tells the audience that I'm ready to talk to you. Okay, I'm here to talk to you. I want to know you more, right? Firm hand movements, as Puneet said, that it should not be like too much, moving your hands too much, which might be a little bit distracting for the audiences as well. Rather than listening to you, your audience will be looking at your movements, right? Focusing on your listener, that is also important. Look at your listener when you are speaking, or looking somewhere else or in your notebooks, or getting distracted here and there would not help you to connect with your audience. And of course, some of the facial expressions, like when you are talking about something which is cheerful, something is happy. When you're talking about something serious, then you have to make a frown on your face and all those things. Some non-examples, just the opposite things. Yes, folded arms. If you fold, moving, swaying here and there, and then sometimes you will see some of the students, they tell their good morning, everybody. I'm going to speak on a topic, and that is pollution today. So let's start. Today, pollution is the most. So this is a good. It's not a good, body posture that a student or anyone, a public speaker, should be having. Loose body movements, again, swaying is also a loose body movements, and moving your body too much, which could be distracting for your audience. And you yourself getting distracted because of some ringtones from your phone or somebody else, or probably somebody is doing something in the audience and you are looking at that person, you are getting distracted. So that also should not happen. And a absolute blank face, that is also not going to help you out while you are presenting yourself in front of others. The next, we will move on to confidence. Thank you so much, Puneet. And I would like to ask Moushami and Vishal if you are ready for confidence. Okay, so how would you know? Let's enumerate 4 examples, Vishal. Okay, Vishal, you can unmute yourself so that I can just check.
Okay, can I speak?
Yeah, 1 second. Vishal, can you confirm you are audible? Yeah,
Am I
okay, great.
audible?
Yes, you're audible. So I just want you all to tell me what are the indicators, or what would be the examples which would tell you that a person is confident enough. Okay. So yes, Moushami, as you wanted to speak, you can start with the examples.
I have noted down 2 points regarding examples of confidence. So first would be to give a presentation with poise and conviction. And number 2 would be initiating a conversation when we're talking to somebody, or like we are in a public, like when we're talking to any public, we should always make sure that we initiate a conversation.
Okay.
So there are the 2 points that I have got for confidence. Example.
Okay, so initiating, taking initiatives, and also
And to
the
talk
first one that you said.
voice and conviction.
Okay, so you must have a conviction in your voice. Okay, great. Vishal, what according to you would be an indicator of confidence?
Maintaining eye contact first of all, as it is very important.
Mhm.
Moreover, in terms of confidence, you shouldn't be hesitant in your movements, what you're speaking. So your body language was already there, but to match with that, so that your confidence is displayed, you have to have a good, like a very outgoing personality. You should not feel shy,
Mhm.
and your voice should be clear. It should be audible. The audience should be able to hear you clearly.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Moshabi, very correctly pointed out by both of you. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. Yes. So some of the indicators of confidence could be, yes, a good eye contact. If I am having an eye contact while talking to you or while giving a speech or while presenting myself in front of an audience, it will seem that I am confident enough to speak what I am speaking, right? No hesitation, no shyness. If I'm speaking, I should not have any kind of hesitation. I should not be shy to express myself. And of course, an audible voice and conviction in the voice, I think, pointed out by Moshmi. Non-examples could be just the opposite: inaudible voice, you are mumbling and your voice is not audible, you are hesitating, you are shy, and you do not have a proper eye contact. You are looking here, looking there. Okay, so these are some of the indicators that might display your confidence. Absolutely. Now we will quickly move on to voice modulation. So thank you so much, Vishal and Moshami. So we'll now talk about voice modulation. Swati and Amhog, if you all are ready, please unmute yourself. Just check whether you all are audible or not.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes, both of you are audible. So let's discuss some of the examples of voice modulation and some non-examples. Okay. So Amog, would you like to share some examples of voice modulation?
Ma'am, if we talk about voice modulation, we actually I'm a student of MA English, so we use a lot of voice modulation when we recite a poem, specifically when there are words that we need to point out specifically, like the way I'm speaking.
Mhm.
So if I have to point out a word or I have to emphasize a word, then I would use more intense energy to point out that word. So that's where the voice modulation takes place.
Absolutely.
If
So
we do not have to
emphasizing
emphasize
on the
something, so it's okay. So
right.
we won't be using high voice for that. So
Okay,
this is
great.
voice modulation.
Absolutely. Okay. Any other points, Swati, you would like to add?
It would be for non-examples. Like if we repeat a word one too many times, then it gets a little overwhelming for students. Then we should not stammer as well or murmur as we're trying to communicate. We should be clear and concise. And I believe we should use the most simplest words so that whatever we want to say is clear, like is understood properly by students, and also about the pronunciations. This is very important. And like he said, we need to also use proper stresses. When there's a lack of stress in the words that we're, in the sentences and particular words we're using, the entire meaning of our lesson or speech is just gone.
Great. So emphasis on the correct words, stressing on important words. Yes. Intonation, like Amog said, we use a lot of voice modulation in the poems. I would not completely agree. Yes, agree that we need a lot of, the voice is more modulated and more dramatic in a poem as compared to a story. Even in story, we modulate a lot. In speeches, modulation is less, but intonation is still there. Like for example, when we are telling a story, and if we are saying that the tortoise and the rabbit story, right? So the tortoise was very slow. Okay, so this is also a kind of intonation which we are trying to use. The pace, the speed of talking, or the pauses that we take between the sentences, all these are a part of voice modulation. And when you will be teaching the students, you will be having emphasis, subordination, pauses, power, pitch. Then you will be also having the pace of talking, intonation, fall and rise, all these things you will have to be teaching, right? So not only poems, but we have voice modulation for speech as well as storytelling also. Great, wonderful points added by both of you. Examples could be, yes, pausing at the right places. That's also something that tells you or tells the audience that your voice is clearly audible and understandable by them, comprehensible. And stressing on the important words, that is emphasis. What content words do you choose to make them as the mountain peak word of your sentence? Like if I say it's my birthday today, if I just say that, oh, it's my birthday today, but if you really want to say that, oh wow, it's my birthday today, you need to show that you are happy. So the emotion in your voice will come out only if you stress on the word birthday. So when you say it's my birthday today, rather you would say, hey, it's my birthday today. Birthday, right? So you would stress on the word birthday today. Great. And change in the pitch. When I said birthday, I changed my pitch. Why? Because I wanted to emphasize on that word. And of course, the tonality. When I say it's my birthday today, I'm sounding so happy. When I am saying I'm stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours, that frustration and irritation shows in my voice. Some of the non-examples, yes, could be lack of pauses. You are not pausing in the right places, not relevant pauses being taken, no stress on the important words, speaking in a monotonous tone, there is no tonality changes, and very important, sing-song style of speaking. How many of you have done this in class 7 and 8? Good morning, teacher. All Indian students must have done this, I'm sure, right? All of us have done this. And we used to annoy our teachers like anything when we used to say this. But here, I'll give you an example of one of my students, which I taught a few years ago. So she had this way of speaking whenever she used to introduce herself before giving a speech. She used to say, hello, everyone. My name is Shinjini Guho, and I'm going to speak before you, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So this is also a singer-song style of speaking. We need to discourage this right from the beginning, from the very, tender age. This has to be a norm. That please do not use this singer. Although it looks very cute, it sounds very cute on children. But then we need to discourage because it will become a habit in the coming future. So yes, singer-song is absolute no-no. Thank you so much, Swati and Amok, for sharing your ideas. Okay, so yes, Ruben and so may I call you Ruben? Will that be fine?
It's Rubina.
Oh, it's Rubina. Okay. Rubina Ali. Okay, there was no space in between, so I just took Rubin. Okay, fine. Rubina and Sibabrata. So we will be discussing thought structure, some of the examples and non-examples of thought structure. Take your time, no worries. And think what could be the indicators of a good thought structure. So who would like to go first?
Yes, ma'am, I would like to go first. So for the thought structure, we should be very logical about what we are saying, and we should be focused on what is the subject matter that we are discussing in front of the audience or anyone. Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, ma'am.
Shibabrata, you have any other points to add?
Example of thought structure or non-examples of thought
Anything.
structure?
Anyways, it counts for the same, no? So.
Well, ma'am, if I talk about the non-examples of thought structure, it would be a kind of a confused or jumbling of the sentence, unable to construct the sentence, parts of the sentences, incomplete thoughts because of lack of ideas, lack of the subject knowledge, and the thoughts are scattered also, unsystematic reflection, chaotic thinking, chaotic or confusing thinking, a random association. These are called as examples of non-example of thought structure. And if I talk about the thought structure examples, then I could say the opposite of them, like
Right.
cyclic or proper sentence construction. While you are giving a speech, you understand that where the full stop, where the comma, run-on sentence, and proper order of the thought structure.
Hmm.
Those of the things.
Okay, yes. So proper logical flow of explanation of thoughts. Great,
Yes.
wonderful. Absolutely wonderfully explained. Both of you have like bang on. All the points are correct. So yes, focusing on the subject, not veering off from the topic. We are talking about pollution, and suddenly we went on to patriotism, India, and then world issues we went on. So no, that should not happen. We should not veer off from our topic. We should focus on the subject matter, and random conversations and random ideas here and there is not going to help convey your ideas to the audience. Second, ability to explain your thoughts, what you are thinking. Sometimes it happens, no, that what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, I'm not able to explain in words, right? Either I'm too overwhelmed, or I'm too excited, too anxious, and I'm not able to put it into proper words. So this might happen sometimes with adults as well as children, though it's very common. There should be a logical flow in the ideas when you are speaking about something. Say, for example, I'm sharing a personal narrative with you. I'm sharing an experience with you, an incident, a story, and I do not have a proper flow and a logical flow of ideas, right? So I told about yesterday night what I did, and suddenly I skipped on to like my future expectations, and there is no or logical flow of ideas in those things. So that should not happen, and you should be able to explain the logic behind your answers. Now, this is not only for students, I would say this is for the teachers as well, because you as teachers and experts, you all are also going to give feedbacks to your student, right? So if you give your feedback like this: oh, Rubina, you are so nice, you are so well groomed, very nicely spoken. Okay, I think your voice modulation was not good. I think you should work on your voice mod. Is this enough for an expert to say? No. Why? Because you need to justify and exemplify your opinions. What opinion? Your feedbacks are what? They are opinions. The opinion about your student. What opinion you give, that should be justified and exemplified. Just like in debates. In debates, you give evidences behind each and every claim of yours. So these claims are also going to need some warrants. When you are saying somebody that, oh, you are so nice, why is she nice? So when I'm saying that, okay, when you were speaking, your voice modulation, the stress on this particular word that you said, when you were saying about oxygen, carbon dioxide, different airs, different gases in the atmosphere, there when you were using your voice modulation, and the seriousness in your voice, the conviction was very much evident from your voice. So I think you have a very good idea of voice modulation. However, we need to work more upon your hand gestures while you speak. If you use your hand gestures, Rubina, probably your hand gestures are going to help you to look more confident, and the people will also look at you, and they will be interested in listening to you, right? So this is how you also have to learn that your thought structure while giving a feedback should also have proper justification of your opinions, whatever you share with your parents or the children. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rubina and Shibabrata. Okay, I need two more. I can see Renu, you have raised your hand. So Renu, I would request you to come on the screen. And one more. I need one male member, but this one is off. So Jabir, can I please add you on screen? Yes, Jabir. Hi, Jabir. And hi, Renu. Can you unmute yourself, both of you?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon. Oh, it's already afternoon. Great. Okay. Yes, Jabir. Can you hear me? Yeah, hello. Yeah, hi. Okay, so I want you both to think about what could be the indicators or examples and non-examples of fluency. Okay, so Renu, you can tell me some of the examples of fluency, and Jabir, maybe you can tell me some of the non-examples of fluency.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with Renu. Some of the examples. Yes, Renu, go ahead.
Okay. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so ma'am, some of the examples for the fluency element can be the correct accuracy and the pronunciation, and also the recognition of the words is very crucial in this, and the natural pace that one needs to maintain during the whole conversation, and also the appropriate use of the words. Because if that's not done, the delivery won't be the expected way, and the audience cannot understand the actual meaning of the context.
Okay.
This is what I think are the examples for the fluency factor.
Okay.
Thank
And Jabir, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, non-example fluency like using extra words or filters or long speeches like words in this all words are examples of non-fluency.
Okay. Okay. Some non-examples. It's filler words. Like when we say hello Jabir, so these are, this is filler words. Okay. So when we don't know what to speak next, we fill our sentences with these filler words. And these are known as, these are some of the hindrances in the fluency. Okay, so let me share my screen. Yes, some of the examples could be good pronunciation. And here I would like to share something which is known as a good or a poor pronunciation and not a correct or incorrect pronunciation. Why would I say that? First of all, thank you, Jabir and Renu, for sharing your ideas. And pronunciation is a very subjective thing, as we are not native English speakers. First thing, we know the weakness. It's not a weakness. It's not our language. We are not supposed to know it, but we are learning it, right? So as Indians, we are trying to speak English, and we are also speaking good English. Much, much good. Second, the pronunciations are very specific to the native speakers. There are some pronunciations which are sometimes not very clear to us. Like, for example, some of the pronunciations that I have heard, that have come across to me, is opportunity. Many of the people say opportunity, right? But the correct one is opportunity. It's not an incorrect pronunciation, because if you say opportunity, I can understand, okay, fine, you are saying opportunity. But as a public speaking expert, as a teacher, we should not be a misinformed person, right? So we need to be upskilling ourselves regarding the pronunciations and what are the correct syllable stresses on the words, right? So when I say, for example, I say probably is going to come tomorrow. Again, this is also a misinformed pronunciation. I won't say this is correct or incorrect. It's not correct or incorrect. It's just misinformed. That we do not know, but we should, as public speaking and creative writing experts, we need to upskill ourselves. And okay, yes, bowl for bowl. Yes, very good. That's nice one. I've heard many people saying, I need a bowl. Okay, so, okay, this is not a bowl. Sorry, I don't have a bowl. Okay, yes, I have a bowl. So it's not a bowl, it's a bowl, right? So these are some of the misinformed pronunciations, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to laugh upon. Yes, but since we are here as trainers, as public speaking trainers, the first thing that we need to do is we need to be very sure of the pronunciations that we make. Okay, like there was a word which I could not pronounce, and there are words which you will find, there are lots of words which you will find difficult to pronounce. Like, so I came across a word and I was like struggling to pronounce it. Consignous, how should I pronounce it? Finally, I went back to the Google, heard the pronunciation twice, thrice, and then I learned it. And first, I learned the meaning. I learned how to use it in a sentence. What are the different synonyms for that word? And it was conscientious. Rendezvous. So rendezvous is not an English word. It's a French word. And the pronunciation is absolutely different. It's not rendezvous, it is rendezvous. Now it's not rendezvous, it's not rendezvous, it was not rendezvous, it's not something to boast about. It's just that we are misinformed, and that's absolutely okay. But it's not okay if you are misinformed during your classes, because we are public speaking trainers and we should be knowing all these things. Now plumber and plumber, I'm not getting into that. There are lots of other things as well: calcium, potassium. So I'm not getting in that. That is an accent, because you will see that in America, N and M is not very specifically or explicitly pronounced. You will see that they say it as plumber, but it's okay if you say plumber. It's not wrong. You're not wrongly pronouncing it as plumber. Yes, I have seen people speaking tortoise, but it is not tortoise, it is tortoise. So how do I know this? I try to keep myself upgraded. Okay, so this is what we all have to do as teachers. We need to keep upskilling ourselves. It's absolutely fine if we make mistakes in our pronunciation, but yes, we need to learn. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. No, it's a constant learning process. During the time that you will be spending in Planet Spark, you will be learning a lot of things. Okay. So Sharmila, in India, we still we call it Z, and the children, they learn it as Z, but some of the schools in the international boards, they are teaching them as Z. So again, British accent and American accent, I'm not getting into that. I'm just talking about the neutral accent. Neutral accent is the correct pronunciation by, which is like a standard name. Like mango is known as Magnifera indica, the standard name. Okay. Am I correct? I'm not a science student, by the way, but I'm just making a guess out of it. So yeah, so just like mango is known as Magnifera indica, all over the world, similarly, there is a neutral accent for every word, and that we need to know. Okay, great. So let's come back. So yes, good pronunciation is absolutely important. Good pronunciation. Of course, now good pronunciation does not say that, okay, I will say education as education. That's not a good pronunciation. That's a poor pronunciation, right? So sure should be pronounced as sir, and that should be taken into consideration, right? Great. So coming on to my slide. Yes, I'm coming back. So some of the examples can be good pronunciation, proper pace of speech. Now, I had this feedback once in my my office. I mean, when I started working with corporates, and then we had a voice and accent training to have conversations and communications with American clients. There we were taught American accent, where we can't say last. Okay, so we had to say good morning everyone, or good morning sir or ma'am, or good morning whatever the first name was, and hi, my name is Preeti, how may I help you? May I have your first and last name, please? So this is what we were taught. So that's known as accent. That's not pronunciation. So ideal pace of speech and ability to form longer sentences. That also is a challenge sometimes, especially for children and also for adults sometimes. So that is also a kind of indicator which tells you about the person's fluency. And some of the non-examples could be poor pronunciation, slow pace of speech, speaking very slow, and inability to form longer sentences and using filler words like all of these. Great. So today's objectives have been covered, and identifying, analyzing the skills and mindsets needed to become a public speaker. We have already done that. Describing the 5 pillars of public speaking, that also we did just now. So what are the 5 pillars of public speaking? Yes, Mehvish, can you tell me what are the 5 pillars of public speaking? Confidence, okay. Ankita, yes, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, hello Pratima.
Hello.
Confidence, body language, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency.
Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Yes. Body language, voice modulation, confidence, thought structure, and fluency. These are the 5 different pillars of public speaking. Very important. Remember this because we are going to use this in our coming classes. Great. So we have covered all our objectives for today. And now we are moving towards our closing. Now, everything you need is on your account, how to join the session, how to see the training schedule. Now, you can write your queries in the chat section. If that is op related, I won't be answering them, but I'm sure I'm going to take a note of them and I'll be sharing with the team. By the time, I'm going to play a video where you can see how to join a session.
To the link provided in your email to log in to your PlanetSpark account. Here, choose the option of login with your OTP. Enter your phone number and click on Send OTP. Once you receive the OTP, please enter here. Once you log in, you will be moved to your dashboard. As you can see here. Here, when you go to upcoming sessions or your sessions that are lined up will be shown. Now, how to join the session at start time. So once your session start time is there, this particular session will move to live sessions and click on join class. Here you can mark your present and then join the link, class link as shown in the video. It will take you to the Zoom session.
Right? So how to join the session? Is it clear to all of you? Anyone has a question over here? I can see some of the hands raised. Sakshi, you have a question? See, you have to join on your session time if... Okay. So if you have any, if you have been registered, if you have registered yourself for the 10 a.m. batch, you will be joining your 10 a.m. batch. Your LMS will also be showing 10 a.m. only, right? And if you have registered for 3:30, you have to join from 3:30. What you have registered yourself for, that only you will be joining, no? Okay. Now, how to see your training schedule?
Let's now see how we can access the training plan and schedule. On the left-hand side menu, go to My Training and select Training Schedule and Resources. When you click that, you will see a page like this will open up where all...
1 second. LMS and dashboard is same. Talat Fatima, LMS dashboard is same. This is not... LMS and dashboard are same things which we use for the same thing. Okay, if you have the dashboard, that means that is the dashboard. You have to move on to the left panel of your screen. Please check this.
On the
Can you see this left panel? It will open and close as you hover your mouse over it, right? So here you have to go to My Training. Just below your dashboard, you have My Training. Okay. Then you have your session link and
left-hand side
time
menu,
over here.
go to...
Now you know how to reschedule your time. You have a reschedule button also. Okay.
To My Training and select Training Schedule and Resources. When you click that, you will see a page like this will open up where all your sessions are listed. You can see that the dates are mentioned and the session time as well for each and every day. This is your training schedule.
Okay, Talat, you can send me, you can attach a screenshot of whatever you are having. Okay. Now, how to view the session presentation? If you want to view the presentation that I have shown you today, this is how you can view the session
How you can
presentation.
access.
Teachers, please get ready to watch the videos instead of asking questions because you are focused more on asking questions. Let's watch this, okay? So that at least those who don't know, they will be knowing, and those who know already, they can write the questions. I'm not getting any planned assigned. Arpita? Okay. Arpita, can you please unmute yourself? 1 second. Please unmute.
Yeah, hi. So I was not able to because they were showing that there is no plan assigned to you. I contacted the help support. They gave me the link around 11:45. That's when I joined, and I'm
Please
seeing it
share,
now also.
please share your LMS with me.
Yeah, sure. The LMS screenshot.
Yeah, no, not screenshot. Share your LMS with me.